The following is a presentation of SC State Athletics.
For the third week in a row, the South Carolina State Bulldogs are on the road this week in Greensboro, North Carolina, to take on their oldest rival, the North Carolina A&T Aggies. The Bulldogs and Aggies have been playing since 1924. South Carolina State leads the series with 33 wins, 23 losses, and 2 ties. But the Aggies have won the last 6 in a row, and Aggie head coach Sam Washington has never lost to South Carolina State. Can the Bulldogs flip the script and stop the streak? We're about to find out. Coming up next on the Buddy Pugh Show.
It's caught, touchdown! South Carolina State outside there. Score it. Pressure coming, gotta let it go. Throws it out there. Caught! Touchdown! Brings it back to South Carolina State. First to the 15, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Greensboro Flowers.
Coach Pugh, North Carolina A&T, South Carolina State. This isn't even a MEAC game, but it's got kind of a MEAC playoff kind of atmosphere.
It does. Anytime you play North Carolina A&T, it gets our dander up. It's a rival game. We are next door neighbors. You know, all the different kinds of things that you think about when you talk about rivalries. I think it has that part of the play in play. So I think we've actually got a deal going now where we can play these guys for some years to come. There was talk of the fact that we dropped the series after this year, but I think we're going to work on getting it back, at least if not in 23, 24.
When you start talking about North Carolina A&T, I don't want to soften you up, Coach, but it certainly makes a difference when you play a coach like Sam Washington, who's such a quality guy that you enjoy going up against.
You do. Sam's a great guy and a good football coach, and he's been around this business for a long, long time. But now at that point today, you know, it's all bets off. We got to get after his family, and I'm sure he's going to do the same for us. And we both going to be pretty similar. He's got a good offensive line. I'm sure he's going to drive his offensive front to do something to give him an opportunity to run the football. I think he'll try to drive the ball that way. And then at the same time, you know, I'm sure we'll try to do the same.
When Coach, you start talking about this game, how much did you see last week of Duke that you think you'll see of North Carolina A&T here today?
I think you'll see some. There'll be some things that Duke did that we don't quite have the same kind of talent to do, but at the same time, you know, we'll try to copy some of that stuff, and I'm sure, you know, we'll see them, especially after they start having some success, do some of those same kind of things that they were successful with. They'll run the football with their guys in a way that, you know, I think will tie into what we saw last week, and then, you know, a lot of that play-action passing game is going to be very similar. So I'm telling you that, you know, this team start to really show themselves to start to develop a little bit more, you know, toward the end of the A&T game.
How do you get the team, Coach, going into this game not to believe the fact that just because they're 0-3 are not a good football team?
Well, you know, it's A&T and South Carolina State. Those guys know that these guys will definitely give it their all. And, you know, it's always a knockdown drag out to the very end. Now, A&T definitely, you know, has had a tougher schedule, you know, than we've seen them have in the past. But we know the people that they played. You know, we know how good Central is. Everybody knows that North Dakota State is one of the best teams in the country. And then at the same time, Duke's a Division I top-notch program. They, you know, went, I guess, to the last letter of the day with Kansas out at Kansas. So all those teams were really good teams, and A&T is showing themselves to be quality enough to hang in there with them. We better play good or we'll get beat all up here today.
What's going to take for you to get the win? What's going to be the difference in this football game?
We got to stop the run. We got to create the ability to be able to determine how they're going to actually attack us. By stopping the run, you can force them to throw the football. At the same time, offensively, Corey Fields has got to have a good day.
All right, Coach, best of luck.
Have a good day.
Roberts approaches, end-over-end kick, and this is going to be Jones at about the 5-yard line. Starts upfield at the 10, heads to his left, now cuts back to the right. Tackle down, hit, breaks the tackle at the 25, still on his feet, gets outside, still on his feet, way up to the 37-yard line. Corey Fields, shotgun snap, play action, fake it, throw out in slot 2, Shaq Davis. Shaq Davis spins, hits across the 40, up to the 38-yard line of North Carolina A&T. Shotgun snap, looking left, Corey throwing, got a man out there, it is caught, touchdown, Rakeem White from Corey Fields from 27 yards out. There's the snap. They give to Tootin. Tootin trying to get outside. Tootin breaks 2 tackles. Tootin gets through. Tackled down by Jalen Barr in the secondary. What a big pickup of about 9 yards on the play. They give it to Tootin trying to get outside. Tootin. This is Gibbons, gets upfield, and he in the Bulldog territory at the 47-yard line. Handoff inside. Tootin, my goodness, Tootin right up the middle for another 14-yard pickup. They snap it right to Tootin over the left side. Tootin cuts back inside across the 5. Touchdown. Bashal Tootin just cannot be stopped here on this drive. Fields back to pass. Here comes pressure. Fields flips it out. And this is on the carry for South Carolina State up till about the 25-yard line. Snaps good by Caleb Brown. Dyson's toe is in it. It is up. It is long enough, and it is
no good.
Oh, my goodness. He just missed that. Shotgun snap. Corey back to pass. Corey looking. Throwing it out there. Man's out. That caught. First down into Aggie territory. Making the move. That's Hezekiah Massey. 3rd down now and 10. Corey back to pass. Corey looking. Throwing it out there. It is caught. First down. Shaq breaks the tackle at the 40. At the 35-30. 25-20, 15-10, down to the 8-yard line. They snap it back, looking the other way. They throw the slant. It's caught. Touchdown. Richard Bailey. The post was open. Touchdown Bulldogs. Snaps low. Dyson can't get it. Dyson picks it up, and the football's on the turf, and the snap was no good. Dyson didn't have a chance. Shotgun snap. Fowler. Blitz coming. Screen. Tootin. Trouble. At the 45, at the 50. Tootin on his feet. First down at the 41-yard line. They give it to Tootin. Up the middle. Tootin just runs into Dwayne Nichols and spins off him. Dwayne Nichols makes the tackle. In motion is Mosley. Back to pass Fowler. Inside pitch to Tootin. Tootin made a man miss. Tootin at the 5. Tootin flipped up into the end zone for the score. What an incredible run. Brown, deep end-over-end kick. Rakim White will field it at the 2. Fumbles the football into the end zone. White's going to try to run it out. White at the 5. White at the 10. As Corey Fields takes the knee, and that will be the final play of the first half. And Fields goes down, and that will do it for the first half of play, although A&T called another timeout. The scoreboard still shows 2 seconds on the game clock. And Corey Fields goes down. Corey with the snap, takes a knee. And the officials quickly blow the whistle. There's a snap. Dyson Roberts gets off the punt, a beauty. End over end, Amani Jones will get a chance at the 45 and goes out of bounds at the 31-yard line. They tried to draw the Bulldogs offside. Says his toe is in it. It's up. It's good. It is up.
It's good.
Good. Wow.
The strategy paid off for North Carolina A&T.
A&T with the 3-point field goal from 49 yards out, and that's the end of the first half. Our score, North Carolina A&T 17, South Carolina State 13. All right, Coach, we started the football game well, moved the football right down the field, got on the scoreboard quickly, and it looks like A&T was going to be in for a long night.
You know what? I thought that we'd be able to mix it up a little bit better, too, but we threw the ball real well at the beginning of the game, and Corey mixed it up pretty good in a way where, we got a little bit of run done, but we really did a nice job on the RPO game and the passing game, and thought we were going to have some success for the whole rest of the game. It didn't quite work out that way.
The thing of it is, Coach, I thought A&T most undisciplined early in the football game. They kept having penalty after penalty.
Yeah.
And from that standpoint, I thought it would be them that would eventually lose their poise, and they were able to flip it later on with the run game.
Yeah, it is one of those kind of strange kind of scenarios where, they were getting into all kind of mess. And somehow or another, instead of us staying above it all, we kind of got down in there, with them also. And from that point on, we had some issues.
Talk about issues, Coach. We didn't talk much about the special teams, but Amani Jones, who was number 16, had some good returns, even though they had one call back. Kind of get on your heels about the kicking game, because just a lot of yardage on the kicking game.
We did. We had a punt returned for 60 or 70 yards that, thank goodness they didn't actually have because of the penalty. But I can tell you what, we've got our work cut out for us, and we got to make sure that we can put those punts in the right places. Sometimes when we design these punts, you got to make sure that you design around your coverage. And, we were kicking the ball a little bit opposite of it. And then Dyson Roberts got hurt a little bit, which really hurt us, over in the game because of the fact that he's our, I guess, maybe mainstay as far as being able to do all the different kinds of styles of punt. We really got to figure out now where we can, find a way to solve that deal with that injury.
Of course, being the most deal in the first half, we were only rushed for 9 yards in the first half, and that had to be the biggest concern.
The biggest concern of all was the lack of ability to run the football. A lot of that had to do with the fact that we didn't have one of our, frontline running backs here. Ja'Cory Benson was a good fill-in, and Ja'Cory can have his moments, but he couldn't quite seem to find it tonight. And then having the freshman in there was not quite the combination that we needed for tonight.
At the end of the first half, Coach, there was a situation where we got backed up down in our own end zone. The controversy about whether A&T had another timeout or not, and they were able to get some cheap points and get the football back and kick a long field goal. And Andrew Brown proves he's one of the best field goal kickers in FCS football.
You got that right. He's a long distance guy too. So we thought that they were out of timeouts. At that point, it would have allowed the clock to run out. From that point, then they went on and got another score, which we didn't feel like was something that should have happened.
And that was where the first half ended on Saturday. South Carolina State trailing North Carolina A&T by a score 17-13. We'll take a time out here on the Buddy Pough Show, and we'll have more right after these messages.
For myself, I'd say just take it one play at a time. When we get to third down, just try to keep the chains moving. Give the offense the best situation going forward. Even if I have to run the football more, or I got to find a check down faster, or just better communicate with my teammates so we be on the same page. Well, I would say we all on the same page. Clicking it is kind of dangerous because you got a couple guys running 4-3, you got a couple guys who make people miss and take it all the way. So just having all those guys on the field is like a lot of options out there. You just go through the middle, you be like, who you want to go to?
All right, folks, it's time for the Prism Health Injury Report for the North Carolina A&T game. And, Coach, we had some guys banged up, and, of course, Kendrell Flowers did not play. And so from that standpoint, we're a little short-handed.
Yeah, Chris Salmon at our offensive tackle, who's one of our better offensive linemen, didn't play either. So, hopefully we can get both those guys back full speed this coming week. Dyson Roberts, our punter, got banged up a little bit trying to make a tackle. I think he may be out for a little while. Blake Morrow came in, though, and did a nice job of filling in for him that way.
Got a little concerned when Caleb Brown got hurt because he's long snapper.
Yeah, Caleb got banged up a little bit, and I think it's mostly just kind of a bruise of some of that kind of stuff. I don't think he's really hurt, but at the same time, he did get banged up a time or two.
All right, that is the Prisma Health Injury Report for the North Carolina A&T game. We'll take a time out here on the Buddy Pough Show and come back with more after these messages. Andrew Brown kicks it off. Rakim will fill it at the 3-yard line. He's at the 5, he's at the 10, at the 15. Going to the right at the 20, cut down at the 22. Dyson gets off a beauty. Jones all the way back to the 25, heading to the right. Jones gets up the field and hit hard. My goodness, was he hit hard. Dyson Roberts, the punter. 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Shotgun snap. They give it to Tootin. Tootin cuts back right. Tootin 30 at 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bashal Tootin from 38 yards out. High snap. They throw it out in the flat. It's caught by Shaq Davis. Trying to break free. Gets up to about the 34-yard line. Fowler back to pass. Fowler looking. Fowler going long. Fowler got a man out there well covered. It is caught. What a catch over there by North Carolina A&T. Bulldogs have got to keep them out of the end zone here. We're going to stay in this football game. Give to Graves. Over the left side. Graves breaking tackles. Graves fighting into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina A&T. Rakim White will have an opportunity from the 10-yard line. He's at the 15, at the 20. Fights off a tackle at the 35, at the 30. Up the field at about the 38-yard line. Good return by Rakim White. Fields with the shotgun snap, play action fake, throwing it out there. It is caught. Shaq Davis up to the 44-yard line of North Carolina A&T. Fields, play action fake, throws it out in the flat. This is Rakim White. White up to the 38-yard line. Going to be a pickup of 7 on the play. Shotgun snap, Fields, play action fake. Fields back to pass, Fields going long. Has a man out there, Shaq Davis catches the football. Touchdown, South Carolina State. Just like that, the Bulldogs back on the board. Shotgun snap, Tootin breaks 3 tackles, goes through at the 10, at the 5. Tootin down to the 2-yard line. Tootin punishing people. They give it to Tootin up the middle. No, play action fake. Touchdown, North Carolina A&T. Snap back to Corey. Play action fake. Corey throwing a quick pass out. It is caught. First down into Aggie territory. Back to pass Corey Fields. Fields throws it out. Pass is caught by Hezekiah Massey at the 32-yard line. His pass was batted, but it had enough on it to get to the receiver. Snap back to Corey. Corey looking right. Throwing it out there. It is caught. First down at the 18-yard line. Corey back to pass. Corey looking left. Flips it out to Ja'Cory Benson. Touchdown, South Carolina State. Corey back to pass, looking left. Throwing it over the middle. It is nearly intercepted by North Carolina A&T, and it was intercepted on the carom. There's a snap. Corey looking left. Now Corey looking right, throws it over the middle. It is intercepted. Intercepted.
Second.
With the interception. Tried to hit Richard Bailey over the middle. The pass was a little high. Brown snaps, toes in it. It is up. It's good. My goodness. Andrew Brown, 48 yards. Here's the snap. Corey back to pass. Throws it out there. Caught. Shaq Davis at the 35. Shaq fights forward to about the 39-yard line, 38-yard line. That's going to be a first down for South Carolina State. And North Carolina A&T for the 7th year in a row will defeat South Carolina State tonight by a score of 41-27. Second half, Coach, we begin with possession. We knew going into the locker room, we're down 4 now, that we had to do something on that first possession, and we could not get anything going.
Yeah, we had a bad start for the second half. We actually got a pretty good first down play and then got the ball battered. That's one of the things about the RPO game, and your quarterback's not a real big guy too, is sometimes you got it, but, you know, when you throw, they get a hand on it, some of that kind of stuff. And then from there, you know, we don't complete the third down ball. So we give it back to them, and they hot as a firecracker at that point. They've done, you know, their homework on getting their running game going, and we didn't quite have a good answer for them on defense. So therefore, about 2 series at the beginning of the second half, we couldn't stop them.
We get down 18 at one point, Coach, but cut it back to 11 once and back to 12 twice back in this football game. You hate to take moral victories, but the effort was there, and we could have made a play at that point in the game.
Yeah, you know, it was one of those kind of deals where you always stay within 2 scores, and we were just trying to figure out how to get a stop or 2 on defense. We finally did get one, but it didn't quite connect for us on offense. Tell you what, you know, A&T played really well tonight. I got to give Sam and his crew some credit.
Jalen Fowler, the quarterback, played a lot better than a lot of folks anticipated. He had some receivers to make some plays. When we had some 50-50 balls, we just didn't win.
Yeah, he hit a ball or 2, and I was surprised that he could run the football without not much of a passing attack, which was really probably the most disappointing part of the whole deal. But I can tell you what, their offensive line is pretty good. We said that they'd lean on that offensive line and take that running back and hurt us. And, you know, they found that they could do it, and at that point they went back to that well early and often.
And that was the way it ended on Saturday. South Carolina State going down to North Carolina A&T by a score of 41-27. We'll take another time out here on the Buddy P Show and come back and tell you what's up next for your South Carolina State Bulldogs. All right, welcome back, Coach. South Carolina State. You've played them twice before. It's always fun to go play Williams-Brice, but you got a hungry ball club that we're going to be facing the Gamecocks.
You know what, though? We need to get back on the bicycle here. This is our shot. South Carolina's there. They're sitting for the pickings. We need to try to see if we can get in there and get after them a little bit.
When you start talking about South Carolina, Coach, and one of the things we weren't able to do against North Carolina A&T is run the football. You got a big defensive line you're going to have to deal with, but you're going to have to find some running backs.
You know what? I do need to find some running backs, don't I? We had a little bit of an issue with
not being able to get Kendrell and Alex James. Hopefully we can get him back some this week too. So we'll have all of our offensive line back, which I think will help us a bunch. And then at that point, then we need to see if we can find a way that we can mix it up a little bit and give them a little bit of a uncertainty about when we're going to be throwing and running.
Of course, South Carolina State moved the football well in the air against North Carolina A&T. Gamecocks, of course, have got some questions in the secondary coach, and you're going to have to get some time for Corey to throw the football.
Yeah, it'll be a chore. I can tell you that. And those guys are hungry for wins. I guarantee you it'll be a tough deal for us this coming Saturday. But you know what? We're looking forward to the challenge.
You look at the opportunity, Coach, and a lot of kids look forward to this opportunity to play a PWI school before a big crowd.
That's exactly what the situation is. Anytime you get an opportunity to show that you belong at that level too, then you want to try to make sure you get it done that way. And when the pro scouts come in, that's the first thing. They want to see how you did against, UCF, how you did against South Carolina. So at that point, then you've got a recommendation that you can actually put out there that can help you for years to come.
Well, folks, we're looking forward to it. Looking forward to South Carolina State taking on South Carolina this coming week at Williams-Brice Stadium. I hope to see you there in the place, and of course, hope to see you next week right here on Valley Sports Southeast on the Buddy Pugh Show.